I just watched The Flash at 8 o'clock. And honestly, I thought it was cool. I thought it was awesome. I even put it in my title for this episode. But honestly, I'm thinking to myself, because they're made by the same company, it brings me back to an episode of Ben 10, a Ben 10 episode back in the day. I'll just reference to that just by saying that. Or one of the movies. I'm not going to tell you guys which one. If you guys or girls want to actually find out what I refer to, then the character that I'm referring to for that thing, this episode of The Flash, it reminds me of, all I'm gonna say is you're just gonna have to find out for yourself, because I don't want to ruin it for you if you guys haven't watched the new episode of The Flash yet, so I'm just gonna keep it to myself. All I'm gonna say is I was impressed. DC, you guys rock over there. You're better than Marvel. As far as I'm concerned, as of right now, when it comes to live action stuff, I've noticed that when it comes to the actual series of like The Flash, or even like Smallville, which refers back to Superman, those two series are my childhood, like, out of DC characters. But I'm not that familiar with Barry Allen. That's the only character I'm not familiar with The Flash. But I was impressed by what they did with the actual plot twist for this episode. I'm just gonna say it reminded me of an episode of Ben 10 somewhere. I'm not gonna say where or what villain. If you know what I'm talking about, then you already know what it is. But I'm not gonna ruin it for you guys. I'm not that kind of person. At least I try not to be. But I was impressed. Let's just put it that way. I was very, very impressed and shocked at the same time. I was like, that's what I want to say about that. The Flash episode for tonight was awesome. All I'm going to refer to is a character back in the day is Eon. If you know what that character is, or who he is, then that would be that. But if you don't know who he is, you don't know what I'm referring to. But if you're Ben 10 fans, that's what it is. What I'm referencing to in the episode of The Flash. Because the Flash episode, to me, was awesome. So, I basically gave you a little hint on that. I try not to give it to you guys who are ever going to watch this video later on, but I'm just gonna say that because I'm a big cartoon fan in general. So when I first watched Ben 10, the original, the good one, with the good artwork. Um, it was what I liked. But now that they remade Ben 10 again in his middle years, that before he became a teenager, I don't like it because it's only a 15-minute episode for each one. I don't even like the art style. I don't even like Teen Titans Go. I like the original Teen Titans, but that's off topic. But that we'll talk about for tomorrow. But the Flash episode was awesome. I'm gonna say I would have to give it, from my personal perspective, an 8 out of 10. That is good. And usually it's an 8.10, or at lowest the Flash episodes go to a 7.10 because I'm a huge Flash fan. So they never try to go lower than a 7.10 if they're lucky. But I never give it a grade of a 5. I've never given the fact that I'm a huge fan of the Flash. Thank you, DC, for bringing that series to the small screen. Thank you. And I'll watch probably the Savitar episode at least 10 more times, give or take, about today's episode. I've watched all the episodes at least twice, 5 to 6 times at minimum, and other stuff too. So who knows? Maybe I'll watch this at least 4 times, give or take. But I was very surprised on what they did. Thank you. I am very impressed by it. I loved it, actually. I loved the episode. I loved the whole episode in general. What it basically boils down to, if you watched Ben 10 and you know what episode I'm talking about for this episode, then that's what it is. Because they're made by the same company. DC and Ben 10 are friends. They're made by the same company, which is DC Comics. So you would know what I'm referring to. That's what DC pulled out of their hat today. I'm gonna probably go to sleep in 2 hours or 3 hours, give or take, and enjoy the memories of the Flash episode today, as of today, and enjoy them tomorrow morning too, because I have a DVR, so I can watch it however long I choose if I had the space. But who knows? I'm out.
Text to speech